Hello, I'm Peter Bergman. This is my official YouTube channel. I'll be updating you with the latest news, so please subscribe to my channel.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is a beautiful sunny afternoon here, but the forecast in Genoa City is calling for absolute unmitigated disaster. Grab your emotional support water bottles and buckle up because we have a lot of ground to cover today. My jaw is literally on the floor right now. I am staring at my screen, eyes completely bloodshot, hitting record at 3 a.m. because if I do not get this out of my system, I am going to spontaneously combust. Besties, we need to hold a literal intervention right now. Jack Abbott is facing actual death. I repeat, the patriarch of the Abbott family, the legend, the icon, the moment, is hovering on the brink of the afterlife and might need emergency surgery to literally claw his way back to the land of the living. I am shaking, I am sweating, I am pacing my room like a feral raccoon because this is not a drill. We have survived so many crazy plot lines in this franchise, but this feels entirely too real, and I am low-key losing my absolute mind over the sheer audacity of the writers to put our beloved Smilin' Jack in this kind of jeopardy. Totally, we need to talk about the sheer panic of this entire situation because the vibes are absolutely horrifying. Picture this. The sterile white hallways of Genoa City Memorial Hospital, the relentless agonizing beep of the heart monitor, and the absolute chaos of doctors screaming for a crash cart. I cannot handle it. The sheer gravity of Jack Abbott being wheeled down that corridor on a gurney, fighting for every single breath, is the kind of high-stakes drama that makes me want to throw my television out the window. Are we really about to watch this man undergo emergency surgery while his entire legacy hangs in the balance? The suspense is legitimately suffocating. I am sitting here clutching my chest, feeling like I am the one who needs medical attention because the stress levels are off the freaking charts. No cap. This is the most stressed I have been since the Stone Age of this show. Then we have to look at the absolute wreckage this is causing for the people around him, starting with Diane Jenkins. Diane is literally going to short circuit. Say what you want about her, and we know she is a highly problematic fave, but her entire universe revolves around Jack right now. If Jack flatlines on that operating table, Diane is going to revert to her most chaotic, unhinged factory settings. We are talking scorched earth, Diane. She is going to be sobbing in the waiting room, mascara running down her face, screaming at the surgeons to save her husband. I can already see the Emmy reel, but my heart cannot take the emotional devastation. She finally got her happily ever after. She finally secured the bag and the man. And now the universe is like, nope, time to rip it all away. It is just too cruel. Yet, the fallout doesn't stop with the romance. The corporate implications at Jabot are about to send shockwaves through the entire business world. Kyle Abbott is going to be an absolute mess. That boy is probably sitting in a tailored designer suit, crying into his hands, realizing that he might actually have to step up and run the family empire without his dad there to fix his mistakes. Kyle has always relied on Jack as his ultimate safety net, and without him, Jabot is vulnerable to complete and utter destruction. And don't even get me started on Billy. Oh my God, Billy Abbott is going to spiral so hard it will register on the Richter scale. Billy always messes up when tragedy strikes. Will he gamble? Will he drink? Will he try to stage a corporate coup while his brother is bleeding out in the OR? The potential for Billy chaos is astronomical. Let's drift off into a random story time for a second, because we have to remember the history here. Remember when Jack was replaced by Marco Annicelli? That whole doppelganger era where fake Jack was running around causing absolute terror and sleeping with Phyllis? Or the times Jack battled his addiction demons, sweating through brutal withdrawals and fighting for his very soul? Jack is a survivor. Besties. He has been shot. He has been trapped in collapsing buildings. He has been emotionally destroyed by Victor Newman more times than I can count on both hands. He is basically the Terminator of soap operas. He always comes back. But this surgery, this feels different. The severe medical jargon, the somber faces of the doctors, it feels so dangerously final. Wait, I'm literally yapping right now. Let's get back to the actual tea. Mainly, I'm obsessed with how they are pacing this impending surgical nightmare. The double doors swinging shut, the ominous red in-use light flickering on above the operating room, It is pure, unadulterated cinematic tension. But I swear to everything holy, if they off-screen this surgery or rush through it in 5 minutes just to get to a commercial break, is it just me? Or did they completely fumble the bag on this one if they don't give us the full, gory, dramatic details? We deserve the drama. We deserve to see the surgeons sweating bullets, the dramatic close-ups of the scalpel, the sudden drop in blood pressure that sends everyone into a blind panic. If you are going to threaten the life of Jack Abbott, you better give us a masterclass in medical soap opera suspense. Do not shortchange us on the trauma. Hot take, but I am actually ascending at the thought of the Abbott sisters descending upon the hospital like a flock of fabulous grieving swans. Tracy Abbott, the moral compass, the absolute heart and soul of the family, is going to be weeping softly, holding on to Jack's bloody watch or whatever dramatic prop they give her. And Ashley is going to fly in on a private jet, storm into that hospital in a stunning designer trench coat, and start threatening the chief of surgery if they don't save her brother. The sibling dynamic is the absolute core of the Abbott family, and seeing them rally around Jack in his darkest hour is going to be a tearjerker of epic proportions. I am literally tearing up just visualizing Tracy praying in the hospital chapel. It is going to break me into a million tiny, irreparable pieces. We also have to address the massive looming elephant in the room, Victor Newman. How is the mustache going to react to the news that his oldest, most legendary rival is circling the drain? You know, Victor's going to pretend he doesn't care. He is going to sit in his leather chair at the ranch, swirling a glass of expensive scotch, acting like Jack's impending death is just a minor blip on his radar. But we know the truth. Victor secretly loves Jack. Well, maybe not loves, but he needs him. Batman needs the Joker. Victor needs Jack. Without Jack, who is Victor going to feud with? Who is he going to bark? You got that? In the middle of the athletic club dining room? Deep down, Victor is going to be devastated if Jack dies, even if he would literally rather swallow glass than admit it out loud. I need a scene where Victor stands outside the ICU window, looking at a comatose Jack, and gives a gruff, emotional monologue. I need it. But wait, what if this is all a massive fake-out? What if the surgery is a success, but he wakes up with severe amnesia? Or what if he... wait, no, the spoilers are too dire for a simple amnesia plot. But then again, these writers are completely unhinged. So maybe they actually kill him off to shock the audience, but they can't do that because he's a legacy character. So maybe he goes into a coma for 6 months? My brain is basically a buffering wheel right now. I am switching stances mid-sentence because the emotions are hitting so incredibly hard and I cannot figure out what the end game is here. 1 second, I am convinced he is going to die, and the next second, I am screaming that he is invincible. This is the absolute torture of being a day one stan, besties. We are trapped in a perpetual, exhausting cycle of hope and utter despair. Then there is the whole burning question of who or what actually caused this medical emergency. Was it a massive heart attack from the sheer stress of dealing with his chaotic, backstabbing family? Was it foul play? Did someone poison his morning espresso at Crimson Lights? If I find out that someone intentionally put Jack Abbott in this position, I am going to start a literal riot in the streets. I will march down to CBS myself. The fact that he is facing a life or death surgery means there is a physical toll that has been exacted on his body, and we need answers immediately. The fans demand a full, uncompromising investigation. We need the GCPD on the case. We need everyone dusting for fingerprints because nobody messes with Jack Abbott and gets away with it. Absolutely nobody. Mainly, the pacing of this entire crisis has me ripping my hair out by the roots. They drop this nuclear bombshell that he is facing death, and then they leave us hanging? Are you kidding me? This is exactly why I have massive trust issues with this network. You cannot just dangle the life of a soap opera titan over a cliff and then expect me to go about my normal life, going to the grocery store, paying my taxes, acting like everything is totally fine. Everything is not fine. Jack Abbott is bleeding out on an operating table. I am low-key so mad at the writers for putting us through this emotional ringer, but at the exact same time, I am absolutely eating it up because this is the high-stakes, breathless drama we have been begging for. It is a toxic relationship, me and this show, and I am fully aware of it. Let's just talk about the legacy of Peter Bergman for a second, because the man has carried this show on his back for decades. If this surgery is the end of the line, it is the end of an era that we will never, ever get back. The charm, the ruthless scheming, the iconic smirk, the way he delivers a monologue that can cut you straight to the bone, Jack Abbott is entirely irreplaceable. You cannot just recast him. You cannot just kill him off and expect the show to survive the fallout. The very foundation of Genoa City is built on the Abbott versus Newman dynamic. If you remove the main pillar of the Abbott family, the whole house of cards comes crashing down. The stakes of this emergency surgery are not just about one man's life. They are about the survival of the entire freaking franchise. Besties, I am literally unwell. I am trauma dumping this entire experience onto you because you are the only squad who actually gets the vision. My non-soap friends are looking at me like I belong in a padded room because I am crying over a fictional CEO's medical chart. But you guys understand. You understand the years of intense investment, the deep emotional attachment, the way these characters feel like our own messed up extended family. Watching Jack face the Grim Reaper is like watching a beloved uncle go into the ER. I need you all to sound off in the comments right this second. Are we praying for a miracle? Are we preparing for the absolute worst? I need to know I am not spiraling alone in this dark digital void. Totally, if he does survive this, and he better survive this, or I am canceling my cable subscription and throwing my TV into the ocean, the recovery is going to be a whole nother brutal, agonizing storyline. We are going to have to watch proud, strong, independent Jack Abbott relearn how to function, or deal with chronic pain, or face the terrifying reality of his own mortality. It is going to fundamentally change him. A brush with death like this, staring down the barrel of an emergency surgery where your heart literally stops, that rewires a person's brain forever. Maybe we get a softer, more reflective Jack, or maybe we get a ruthless, time is running out Jack who decides to take over the corporate world before he kicks the bucket. Either way, the storytelling potential is massive, assuming the writers don't completely drop the ball. So here I am, hitting record in the dead of night, eyes practically bleeding from staring at spoiler forums, begging the universe to spare Jack Abbott. I am oscillating between pure hype for the Emmy-worthy performances we are about to get and total disbelief over this massive, heart-stopping pivot in the storyline. Please, soap gods, guide the hands of those fictional surgeons. Keep the monitors beeping in a steady, healthy rhythm. Do not take our smiling Jack away from us just yet. I am going to go chug some iced coffee and try to calm my racing heart, but let's be real, I won't be sleeping until we know if he makes it out of that or alive. Stay strong, squad. We are going to need each other to get through this absolute nightmare.
Thank you for watching my video. I will be updating regularly with the latest news, so please remember to subscribe to my channel to support me.